Well, community is left with more questions than answers tonight after a missing 6-year-old was found some 15 kilometers from where she first disappeared from this apartment building here in Scarborough. For hours, police and community members searched, only to learn they were looking in the wrong end of the city.
God bless, thank God, but that's just crazy. I couldn't. Wow.
Relief and disbelief after a little girl lost is found just where no one expected her to be.
I couldn't imagine my son figuring to get on the bus or to get in a taxi or someone's car. I couldn't. It doesn't make sense.
That little girl, who City News is choosing not to identify, was discovered missing from her mother's apartment near Eglinton in Midtown just after 5 this morning.
We've been checking everywhere.
Community members plastered the neighborhood with posters while officers on foot and horseback scoured the area. Then, some 8 hours after she went missing, just before 1 in the afternoon, police say the girl, alone and outside, approached a bystander looking for help. 15 kilometers away near Bathurst and Eglinton.
She is safe. She's currently with investigators, and our investigation continues at this time because we have far more questions than answers.
Like why she left her mother's home, how she traveled such a long distance, and whether she was accompanied by an adult. Police say security footage has answered some of those questions, but they aren't ready to reveal that at this point.
At this time, we're not looking for any persons in relation to her absence from 31 Gilder. There's nothing at this time that leads us down that pathway. But we continue the investigation.
Police say the girl was dressed for the weather. She was checked over by paramedics before being taken into police custody.
I just thank God that she's been found and that she's breathing and that she's okay.
And police say their investigation here at 31 Gilder isn't over yet. They say they will spend the afternoon questioning both the girl and her family before a reunion is made between the girl and her mom.
And the frantic search for that little girl was raised to a level 3, the highest level of response for Toronto police. It had a lot of people wondering why an Amber Alert wasn't called to put the entire province on notice to be on the lookout for her. Toronto police tell me they didn't call one because her disappearance didn't fall within very strict guidelines.
Amber Alerts are used, it's a specific tool for a specific type of missing person. You're talking about a child under 18 that goes missing, where they're being abducted. We have imminent fear for danger or a threat to their safety, and that we have a description of a suspect or a vehicle. When an Amber Alert is activated, it interrupts media, it interrupts radio, television. There are alerts that are broadcast province-wide. It's a disruptive thing, and it's meant to be so. In this situation, we don't have any information that she's imminently in danger of harm, so the Amber Alert's not considered.
Changes were made to the Amber Alert guidelines after intense criticism that one wasn't called when 8-year-old Victoria Stafford was abducted and murdered in Woodstock, Ontario 9 years ago. Back then, police had to confirm an abduction had occurred in order to trigger one. Now they only have to believe there was one. In today's case, it appears police were concerned for the child's safety, but not necessarily that an abduction had taken place. Toronto police investigate between 4,000 to 7,000 people missing every year. Many of them are children.